Welcome to my first YouTube video ever. How to control your urge to eat unhealthy food. So, as you know, in America, everything is very commercialized in terms of food. Everything is very much advertised, and usually the foods that's being advertised are the, cheap, unhealthy ones. So it is very important for us as consumers to be able to differentiate which products we should be putting into our body and which ones we shouldn't. That's why I'm coming out with this video, to help you guys control yourself, control your urge to not take the dollar menu meal at McDonald's, or just eating a bag of chips for dinner because it's only $2.99. I'm gonna tell you that there's more for you than that, because like a lot of people have talked about in this world, that what you put into your body is what you get out. And if you're putting garbage in your body, you're gonna get garbage out in many different forms. Whether it may be mental garbage, like your thinking is blurred and you're not making the right decisions on life, and you're treating your relationships with disrespect, or you can't even maintain a relationship. That's called a mental cloud, or at least that's what I call it. And usually when you're eating unhealthy food all the time, you're in this fog that you don't really see what's right from wrong, because your clarity is not properly nourished with the right foods. There's also a physical cloud, and that just might mean that you don't have the energy to move around. You're very lethargic, and even your sleep may be kind of messed up. Probably don't have the energy to even be productive at work. Like, you're probably consuming a lot of TV, video games. Video games is a little bit different because you can be very productive at the same time with video games. It depends how you utilize it. Be so tired that you can't even get yourself to get any exercise during the day. And when you're eating foods that are low in nutrients and high in fats, sugars, salts, and that are very highly processed, there isn't going to be as much clarity in your physical being either. But also, third aspect is your spiritual being, your spiritual well-being. And that is a little bit higher up on the scale, that it takes longer to reach. When you don't reach a spiritual well-being until you've eaten healthier for a longer period of time. At least that's how I saw it. At least that's how I went through it and found my spiritual awakening. I used to be just like you guys. I could eat a full bag of Cheetos in one sitting and not feel bad. I mean, I did feel bad, but I couldn't really access the part of my brain that felt bad. And that part of your brain is called the superego. That's the part of your brain that knows what's really right. It's like the kid in the back of the classroom that's just like, but the answer's number 5. But then there's the kid in the front of the classroom that's just like, but no, it's 3. And he's just completely overpowering your ability, you're the teacher, your ability to even see the kid in the back. And the kid in the front of the class, I would call, is your id, or your ID. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I think it's id. That's your instinctual desires. That's actually there's no it's I want this right now. I want to eat this burger. I want these fries. I want this chicken. I want to eat these candies. right now because it looks good. But then your ego, which is like in between your id and your super ego, your ego is like, but how can I make this a reasonable encounter? How can I reasonably eat this burger and these fries? Maybe if I eat it for lunch, but then I work out after. But it's trying to make like a reasonable approach to making your bad decisions from your ID. So it's trying to make things realistic, but still going off of your id. And your superego is what really is telling you what is right from wrong. And it's very important to start listening and getting in touch with that inner self. And honestly, going through the transition of eating really unhealthy to eating really healthy, I didn't really see my superego at all. I never really could access it. And that's the really difficult part about transitioning, is that you don't really have the energy to control yourself because your diet has already been so bad thus far. So just know that it is a very difficult journey that will take a lot of self-discipline. A lot of self-discipline. I'm going to talk about some tactics that I usually use to help myself kind of step back and not follow what my ID wants me to do all the time. So the first thing that I like to do is to ask myself, why am I craving this food? Is it because I'm sad? Is it because I'm stressed out? Or am I just bored? I'm going to talk about each of these because these are usually the reasons why we eat and access and have the urgency to eat food that we know isn't going to benefit us in any aspect. If you're sad, think about it. Eating unhealthy food is not going to make you any happier. It's really just going to make everything worse. It's going to make you more tired, more lethargic, more just sucked into consuming, probably looking at TV, looking at your phone, looking at any kind of content where you're not actively doing anything. You're not even actively putting yourself in a mindset to change your sadness. You're just consuming. And so if you ever feel the urge to eat something because you feel sad, think about, is this actually going to help my problem? Because I think the best way to help sadness is to go talk to someone that you care about and that supports you, and just share your emotions with them, and they will probably help you realize what you need to do personally to help your mentality. Or just go do something you really like doing, or just relax. Go take a nice bubble bath and listen to some music that you like. Accomplish something that makes you happy. If you're bored, think about it. Why are you bored? If you're in high school, I can understand, maybe because you don't really know what you're doing yet. You're kind of just figuring out who you are. But even if that's so, if you're in high school and you don't know what you're doing, try to figure it out. What makes you happy in life? What do you like to do in your free time? Because that's a very essential thing to learn at a young age. What are you passionate about? And it's kind of hard to know exactly if it's what you're personally passionate about or if it's what your family thinks that you're passionate about, and then so that kind of influences you to think that's what you like. So try to just put yourself in your own world and not really consider anybody else in your decision in what you like to do. What has always made you happy? So just think about that and kind of work on that. Make yourself entertained by doing something with yourself. if you're like older than high school, don't you have things to do? Like, don't you have groceries to go get or like errands to run if you're not working? Like, I don't know it really. I mean, I do know people that are my age and they get bored, and I'm just like, what are you doing, man? Like, come on, like, find something to do, because there's always something to do, and if there's not something to do for you, then you're probably living off of other people's efforts, like your parents. So, and you can't do that forever, so, okay. If you're stressed, that's okay, because I totally understand that. I was in nursing school for 2 years. Why am I doing that? Like, 5 years. I just changed as a person after going through 2 years of nursing school. I became this boring robot that like didn't even know who I was as a person, because I can understand, like, for everyone else who's going through school and it's a very demanding major, it's hard to even have any time to figure out who you are. It's very, very hard. And sometimes you don't have the energy to figure out who you are after you complete all your assignments, because that might have taken you all day and all night maybe. And so I understand that. But if you want to learn how to relieve the stress that you have from all that work, that's why I'm here. So it's important to know that eating unhealthy food is not going to help your stress at all. At all. If anything, it's going to make it worse, or just, you know, continue your stressful journey. The best thing to do if you're stressed out is to go move your body around and go on a run or just exercise where your cardiovascular system is getting some movement and your heart is beating a little bit faster, just anything of that sort. Because as humans, we were born with this instinctual fight or flight response, and we get this fight or flight stress response, which is epinephrine and cortisol, to help us flee a situation or have the energy to make quick decisions. And it basically like increases blood flow to our muscles, and our heart gets more blood flow in our lungs, because we need to give that more oxygen so we have the energy to fight and flee. So eating food is exactly what you shouldn't be doing, because there's no blood flow going to your stomach anyway, or your intestines. It's all going to your arms and your legs. And the best thing to do is to execute the fight or flight response. And to do that, you just need to go get some exercise, go run, go play your favorite sport, go dance, go do some yoga. Exercise your body, and your body will calm down and realize, oh wait, it's good. You also get endorphins, which are very good for your body and makes you feel happy. So if you feel like you have chronic stress, chronic anxiety, are you working out? That's the first question. Are you getting exercise every day or every other day? Second question is, are you eating right? So I just wanted to touch base on the idea that food is an energy source. Food is not always there for us when we're sad and we just need pleasure, because our minds are always seeking pleasure all the time. But food is the worst way for us to seek pleasure, trust me. It's just gonna lead us down the slope to obesity and cancer and cardiovascular disease. diabetes, which are the main illnesses in America. And it makes sense because America has the craziest diet, standard American diet, also known as the SAD diet. I love whoever came up with that because it's just so like representative of the reality. It's crazy. Anyway, I learned to see food in a different way because I used to eat food because I was tired and I needed to just put something in my mouth, I guess, that I like to eat food. Like I would always eat the same food because I just craved the carbs of eating that particular food. And that was my craving that I was trying to nourish. It wasn't my actual body. And so we have to get over the conception of what we think food is there for us. Food is not here for us to just satisfy our taste buds. It's there to provide nutrients and energy for all of our cells in our entire body. And that includes our skin, our eyes, our hair, our nails, and even the things we can't see, like our internal organs, our heart, our lungs, our muscles. I could go on and on, guys. And we got to think about things that are deeper than skin sometimes. Like a lot of people wanted to know what my skincare routine is, and this is my skincare routine. It's limiting the amount of unhealthy foods that are going into my body and putting in the good ones and the nourishing ones. Just remember which kinds of foods are really going to satisfy this energy craving. If you're very, very tired during the day, think about why. Why am I still tired after I ate a full meal? That's not normal, guys. That isn't normal. You might think it's normal because that's all that you've experienced, but it's not normal. That's not how food should make you feel. You should feel energized after you eat, and you shouldn't feel bloated, and you should feel excited to start your day and eat more food. You shouldn't feel guilty about eating food because usually if you do, you're eating the wrong types of foods. I hope this was an eye-opener for everyone because that's my goal as a person is to help you guys think about things that you've never thought about before and to inspire you guys to become the best versions of yourself, because that's what really matters in life, is not just making money and surviving. It's about living the best life that you can live. Food for thought, guys, and make sure to eat food that gives you the right kind of thoughts. All right, thanks for tuning in, y'all, and I hope you have a great day. Please subscribe. I don't know where the subscribe button is, but I'm going to point to it because I probably have no subscribers right now and I'm just starting out, so follow me on Instagram. I put a lot of makeup looks on there. I'm a creative makeup artist. Check it out. But I'll see you guys in my next video because I intend to bring out some good topics, guys. I'm trying to just talk about things that really matter in life. Like, a lot of people want to see me do makeup stuff and skincare stuff, but I want to go deeper than that. So get ready, y'all. Thanks for tuning in this long. Honestly, I really appreciate it. Bye.